One day, he couldn't take it anymore. His face pale, he stood before me. Hathan, will you stop? I could open a chain of cat cafes in the underworld with all these cats. Inside the funeral supply shop, I watched the owner's deft hands, then seriously reminded him, please make sure they're sturdy, boss. These cats are fragile and get sick easily. Fragile than that. Health is sick easily. The owner smiled confidently. Don't worry, with my family's traditional craftsmanship, these cats would be perfectly healthy. I nodded. This time make a few more fat orange cats, please. My boyfriend really loves them. No problem. The owner pointed to a nearby box. We just got some imported turkey-flavored cat food. The cats love it. Want to try some? Yes, yes, yes. I waved my hand, turning my back to answer a phone call. Hello, Sister Lee? Tan, did you go into a live stream room to scold people again? How many times have I told you? Maintain your image. Those scamming Taoist priests deserve to be scolded. Don't worry, Sister Lei. My image is already beyond repair. Let's just go with the flow. I hung up without hesitation and continued watching the owner make the paper cats. As an actress known for her beauty, my career had never really taken off. Until recently, I was scammed out of millions and ended up on national news, becoming a nationwide hot topic overnight. In the video, the central news anchor states, "We will now interview Miss Ha, the victim, about her experience of being scammed." Miss Ha, her eyes obscured in the video, coughed softly, embarrassed. At that time, I met a fortune teller. He said he knew a soul-summoning ritual that could help me reunite with my deceased friend. The fee was 3 million, but after I transferred the money, he disappeared. Now, I regret it so much, truly regret it. The video was posted by a central TV channel. All the comments below were unanimous. Ha ha ha! Oh my God, isn't that Ms. Ha Ha Tan? My stomach hurts from laughing. No wonder she live-streamed for 3 continuous hours yesterday on the topic of fraud prevention. Ha Tan, the pioneer of anti-fraud, with a smiling face, has certainly mastered acting skills no one knew about. One scam, the whole world knows. After being scammed, I resolved to wake up, dedicating all my free time to exposing fraud, determined to become the leader of the anti-fraud movement. Yesterday, I stumbled upon a fraudulent magic live stream room. The man wore a tight black robe, his eyes completely covered by a black blindfold, revealing only his high nose bridge and luscious red lips. Behind him was a pitch-black space with only 2 male and female effigies standing on either side, looking both eerie and terrifying. Below, the audience unanimously revered him as master. Just looking at him made my blood boil. I boldly sent a video connection request and opened my mic. "Master, do you believe in karma? Scamming others will bring retribution." The black-robed Taoist raised an eyebrow. "Then do you know that reckless talk will also bring continuous bad luck?" I was about to retort when my phone screen was suddenly covered by a fat cat jumping onto the table. "Meow meow, come back here!" I called out to it, reaching to grab it, but it turned and ran off because of my connection. The comments section immediately became lively. "Clear the way! Clear the way! Ha-than-tha to expose him." Phew, finally caught the live expose. Perhaps seeing the large traffic I brought, the black-robed Taoist's attitude suddenly softened. He looked at me, seemingly gentle. "I can grant you one wish." I couldn't help but sneer. "Grant me a wish." "May I ask if you're a Taoist priest or a turtle in a wishing well?" "All day long, performing these fraudulent magic tricks, do you even have a conscience?" As soon as I finished speaking, the comment section became even more chaotic. "Even if you were scammed, you shouldn't attack so indiscriminately. You should have reverence for the gods. That kind of trickster attracts people like you. The Taoist priest is so handsome. I believe he's not a scammer. If you believe him, why don't you buy the 23,000 yuan charm from his shop? Don't you want it?" More and more people poured into the live room. The black-robed Taoist frowned and ended the live stream. This expose, embellished and sensationalized by news channels, caused a huge controversy. I was once again at the top of the hot search rankings. Some supported me, some cursed me. In short, there were all sorts of conflicting opinions. But for someone on vacation like me, those things didn't matter. What mattered was burning some paper cats for my boyfriend today. I patted the sack in the car trunk. "Boss, next time, can you make a panda too? I think my boyfriend would really like it. But are rare animals allowed in the underworld?" The owner hesitated for a few seconds. "Probably. Haven't heard of any rare animal protection laws in the underworld yet." "Okay, then I'll place an order for next month. At Vinland Cemetery, the largest garden in Bakvian City." I carefully dragged a sack full of paper cats and sat down in front of Lu Yi's grave. "Lu Yi, I've come to visit you." As I spoke, I began burning the paper cats. This time, I've prepared lots of fat orange cats. You like cuddly cats, right? And there are some dogs too, huskies and shibas. They're all adorable. Next time, I'll burn a panda for you to play with, so you won't be bored anymore. I'm not bored, I'm very busy. Busy is good. If you're busy, you won't have time to find a new girlfriend. I nodded, then suddenly froze. "Well, just said that." In the quiet late night, a gust of wind suddenly picked up, blurring my vision. Lu Yi's tall figure appeared before me. Without warning, he looked serious. "Hathan, that's enough. Stop burning them. I've already managed to open a chain of cat cafes in the underworld." I gasped in surprise. "Huh?" He sighed, waving his hand, and the burning flames immediately extinguished. "Seriously, I'm begging you, please stop burning them." "I have to clean up cat poop every single day. My back is killing me." I cautiously asked, "So, you don't need a panda either?" Lu Yi opened his mouth, raising his index finger. "Just one. What about tigers, lions, snow leopards, or wildcats?" he said helplessly. "Are you trying to make me open a zoo in the underworld?" I thought for a moment. "Can you sell tickets?" He shook his head. "No." "Then never mind." Lu Yi chuckled. "Athan, it's been 4 years, and these are the only things you talk about with me?" I lowered my head, stuffing the paper cats back into the sack, then winked at him. "You really look like him." I reached out to touch his finger. Immediately, 3 of his slender pale fingers dropped to the ground like a loosely assembled toy. Lu Yi froze, bent down to pick up his fingers, and slowly reattached them. Aren't you scared? I must be burning these things until I'm delusional. I seriously touched my forehead, muttering as I dragged the sack back. I'm truly too sentimental. Even in a dream, I remember such details, even the 3 moles on his arm after 4 years. Pathan. Louis reluctantly chased after me. It was so hard for me to see. Are you just going to leave me and go? I clutched the sack, awkwardly saying, I'm sorry. I can't stay with you for long. Why is it that every time I stay with you, for a long time in a dream, I wake up feeling incredibly short of breath? Louis lowered his head and looked at me for 3 seconds, then pulled me into a tight embrace. His voice gentle. Silly girl, you're not dreaming, you're not asleep. How could you be dreaming? Through the thin fabric, his cold skin sent a chill through me, making me realize the truth. Ai Louis, my heart pounded. Is it really you? You're back. He stroked my head. Yes, I'm back. Granddaughter, it's getting dark. It's not safe to be here alone. Go home quickly. The nearby security guard called out. I grabbed Louis's hand and held it up for the guard to see. Uncle, I'm not alone. The guard's face changed. Not alone? So you brought a dog with you? I said unhappily, don't badmouth others, uncle. Granddaughter, don't scare your uncle in the middle of the night. If I get scared and something happens, I'll blame you. Hurry up and go. Louis gently squeezed my hand. He can't see me. Why? Haven't you returned? He shrugged. I've only returned, not resurrected. Of course, only you can see me. The security guard stood 3 meters away, mumbling into his flashlight. Oh dear, why is she muttering to herself like this? Can you please stop scaring me? If you don't leave, I'll call the mental hospital. I quickly pulled Louis away, afraid of giving the security guard a heart attack. The room was brightly lit, as if it were daytime. Louis rested his chin on his hand, watching the cat sleeping on the windowsill with an amused gaze. The cat merely glanced lazily outside, not bothering to acknowledge him. Wah-wah doesn't like people touching her, I reminded him. Danthon, you just don't know, Louis said, holding out his pale hand. I'm a master at petting cats now. No cat can resist these magical hands. He tried to warm his hands, then attempted to touch Wahua's fluffy head. Instantly, his slender pale fingers were swatted away by Wahua, tumbling across the floor. Ouch! Louis picked up his fingers, slowly reattaching them, awkwardly explaining. Perhaps paper cats are different from real cats. This scene is simply too illogical. I couldn't help but lower my head and pinch my thigh hard. Ah, it really hurts. What are you doing? Louis frowned, coming closer to check. Why are you hurting yourself? Nothing. I shook my head. I just can't believe it. Louis leaned his forehead against mine and whispered, I can't believe it either, that after 4 years, I could see you again. Haven't you reincarnated in these, holes? His eyes full of resentment. If I had reincarnated, what would happen to the hundreds of paper cats and dogs you burned for me? That many? Louis looked at me seriously. My love, do you know what it's like to raise hundreds of cats? Do you know what it's like to have a house full of cat fur and recurring bronchitis every day? If Black Wuchang hadn't helped me open a chain of cat cafes in the underworld to lighten the load, I would have truly gone mad. I shrank my neck. Then next time, I'll tell them to make hairless cats. Louis rubbed his forehead. Stop, my love. Don't burn anymore. Oh, I know you always think of me, but you don't need to burn so many. Occasionally, burning a paper panda for me to play with is enough. Oh, I said, a little disappointed. I was afraid you'd be too lonely there by yourself. I'm not lonely. Louis wrapped his arms around me from behind, nuzzling my neck. I know Thanthan always remembers me, so I'm not lonely. Will you leave again? I asked. I don't know. This time, I got to see you thanks to Black Wuchang. He said he owed someone a wish. He also asked me to tell you that the underworld has limited capacity. Please stop sending so many cats. A wish? I was stunned. Black Wuchang. He wears black, doesn't he? And he's blindfolded too, right? How did you know? Of course I know. Yesterday I even scolded him, calling him a turtle in a wishing well. Louis let out a half laugh. You're really something, a Thanthan. It's okay. He has a good temper. He won't hold it against you. I gently stroked his fingers, an indescribable pang of sorrow rising in my heart. Louis, your fingers. Why do they keep falling off? Is it because of the car accident? He froze. Car accident? Yes, that day we had an accident. I hit my head and lost my memory. I don't remember anything. Not even the last time I saw you. My memory was fragmented. I only remembered happily leaving work to go home. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. Hearing the news that Louis was gone, perhaps it was better not to remember. Louis mumbled, I winked at you. It wasn't because of an accident. It's because the underworld doesn't see sunlight all year round. My bones have become porous, that's all. You said back pain, bronchitis I can handle, but bone loss too? Louis chuckled softly, kissing my cheek. Thanthan, you truly haven't changed at all. I looked up, caught off guard as my eyes met his light brown ones, like a clear lake full of love, sparkling yet bottomless. I couldn't resist leaning in, gently kissing his eyes, feeling his eyelashes tremble slightly. I miss you, I said. It's been 4 years. I haven't been able to see these eyes again. San-san? Louis' eyes deepened, his gentle kisses slowly spreading. I miss you too. Cough, cough. Hearing this sound, Louis slowly released his arms from my waist. I buried my head in his chest, softly gasping. Cough, cough. I stopped. I stopped. Louis, can you turn off your QQ message notification sound? It's ruining the mood. Louis paused for a few seconds, then burst out laughing, his chest gently vibrating. My love, I don't have a phone. Cough. That's just his voice. It's not a QQ notification sound. I turned around in surprise to see a black-robed Taoist from the live stream standing behind us in a strange posture. His hair was disheveled, his black robe covered in white fur. He held a cat in each hand, with one on each shoulder and head, and a kitten clinging to his left thigh. His original, mysterious and noble aura was completely gone. I couldn't help but examine the kitten clinging to his thigh. It was the fat one I had sent just yesterday. This shop owner's craftsmanship was truly impressive, just like the real thing. Thinking that he had brought Louis back to me, I took the initiative to greet him. "Hello, master. I'm not well at all. Have you two finished kissing yet?" My face flushed bright red. "Huh? Come on, don't tease her anymore." Louis gently pinched my cheek. "What do you think of him now?" "That's how I've been living for the past 4 years." Black Wu Chang brushed the cat fur off himself and casually sat down on the living room sofa. "Louis, I've come to take you back. I truly can't take it anymore." Louis shook his head. "I told you it was for 3 days. That's because I didn't realize your life was so miserable. I honestly can't stand it for another second, another minute." My heart tightened. "Please don't take him away. I can burn lots of money for you." "Ha! Do you think I lack money? I'll burn lots of beautiful women or handsome men for you." He sneered shallow. Just then, Hua Hua, who had been lying on the windowsill, slowly walked over, trying to jump into Black Wu Chang's lap. But I was stunned. Hua Hua let him touch her. "I've raised her for 4 years, and she never lets me touch her." Black Wu Chang smiled, looking at Hua Hua in his lap, saying nothing. Seeing Hua Hua's black and white fur, an idea suddenly sparked in my mind. "I'll send you a paper panda. Please, don't take Louis away, okay? Consider it for her sake." Black Wu Chang stood up, brushing cat fur off himself. 3 days, not a minute more. "Come on, let's go." He snapped his fingers, and his figure instantly disappeared. The cats he brought also vanished, leaving only a pile of cat fur on the floor. Looking at the scattered cat fur, my eyes couldn't help but well up. "I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was unconsciously sending you so many cats. I couldn't be with you, and now I've become a burden." He couldn't stand it for a day. "So how did you live for 4 years?" "It's okay, my love." Louis gently kissed my forehead, reassuring me. "Every time I care for a cat, I think this short-haired cat represents how much Than loves me. This fat one represents how much Than misses me. They're not a burden. They're your love and your longing. Living with them is like being enveloped in your love and longing every day. I'm so happy." Sob. I burst into uncontrollable sobs. "All right, my love. Don't cry anymore. Look, Hua Hua is looking at you." I looked at Hua Hua and sobbed even harder. She let Black Wu Chang touch her, but she won't let me. I'm clearly her owner. Perhaps it's because he's Black Wu Chang, Louis said helplessly, stroking my head to comfort me. "But Hua Hua's leg has recovered so well. I thought she'd never be able to walk again in this lifetime." I stopped crying, puzzled. "How did you know Hua Hua's leg was injured? We rescued her together, didn't we?" "If we rescued her together, why don't I remember anything?" I closed my eyes, my head aching slightly. Hua Hua was a stray cat I adopted. She was blind in one eye and had an injured front and back leg. She was very well behaved. Every time she slept, she curled up in the corner of the bed. It seemed that only there did she feel safe. In all 4 years, she had never let me touch her. But why did I adopt her? Why couldn't I remember? Don't think about it anymore. It's just a small matter. Louis's cold kiss fell again. My love, it's time to sleep. In the narrow, dark room, Louis's severed body lay scattered in a pool of blood. His body was covered in countless stab wounds. I thrashed awake from a crimson nightmare, gasping for air like a fish out of water. Morning light streamed through the window, illuminating Louis's flawless, pale skin. "Tanton, did you have a nightmare?" he asked. I gently touched his body, checking every inch to make sure there were no knife wounds. Louis tenderly wiped away my tears. Cow all day. Don't be afraid, it was just a dream. I looked at him with bloodshot eyes. But why did I dream that your body was covered in knife wounds? We didn't have a car accident, did we? Why would there be knife wounds on you? Perhaps my presence makes you anxious. He placed his hand over my eyes and kissed them gently. Be good. Don't think about it anymore. Don't go anywhere today. Stay with me. Okay. I replied unconsciously, still immersed in his kiss. The image from the dream haunted my mind like a tight knot around my heart, causing sharp pains. It was the second day since Louis had returned to me. Hello, Tansan, your paper panda is ready. Are you free to pick it up? Yes, I'll be there shortly. I lazily leaned on Louis's shoulder. Do you want to go see your new pet? He stretched. Sure, it'll be good to get some fresh air. I glanced at him. Aren't ghosts afraid of sunlight? That's just ordinary ghost. I'm not like that, am I? He gently waved his hand, and the once quiet room was suddenly filled with a gust of wind, only to become peaceful again as if nothing had happened. He looked at me proudly. I'm a vengeful spirit, a very powerful kind of ghost. Vengeful spirit? I frowned. Don't only those who die unjustly become vengeful spirits? Ha ha! I'm just kidding. Louis chuckled, then put his arm around my shoulder. I used to be a police officer. How could I become a vengeful spirit? I was about to ask more, but he quickly removed my sunglasses. You're not even afraid of the sun. Why are you wearing a mask, hat, and sunglasses completely covered up? Annoyed, I snatched my sunglasses back and grabbed his hand, pulling him outside. Please. I'm a famous star now. Louis paused slightly, his smile a little wistful. I thought you just graduated not long ago. It turns out it's been 4 years. I gently squeezed his hand. Come on, let's go get the panda. Inside the funeral supply shop, Louis examined the paper panda for a long time. Does it look a little too fat? I turned to ask the owner. The owner shook his head. That's what makes it cute. Being too skinny isn't good for its health. Louis gently stroked. The owner hesitated for a moment. Try burning some bamboo branches, perhaps? Louis pulled his hand back. Never mind. Let's wait until Black Wuchang comes and ask him. Elida, if it has nothing to eat, it'll starve. That would be miserable. I won't take it home yet. I'll pick it up next time. Ininjangay. I looked at the owner and added, "Oh, from now on, I don't need any more paper cats. Next time, make something else. What's wrong? Doesn't your boyfriend like cats anymore?" The owner stopped abruptly, realizing that my boyfriend was deceased. He does like them. When he was a child, he was saved by a cat and always said cats were spiritual creatures. But I've sent him too many. He can't take care of them all. Next time, I'll send him some paper servants. That'll do. You're so thoughtful. The owner gave me a thumbs up. We have many types of paper servants too. Want to take a look? I raised an eyebrow. Oh, you even have these? Of course. We have everything. Our shop always keeps up with the times. As he spoke, the owner flipped through a stack of magazines. See which type you like. I picked one up and skimmed through the catalog. Muscular, cute scholar, warm chubby type, six-pack abs. Louis's face paled, his eyes full of resentment as he asked me, "Is this a funeral supply shop or an entertainment store?" I turned to the owner. "Boss, these magazines don't look very decent." The owner glanced at the magazine in my hand. Sorry, wrong one. This is the right one." This one looked much more respectable, filled with models of domestic helpers like expert gardeners, talented chefs, professional caregivers, bodyguards. Louis, curious, requested to pre-order one of almost every type. Leaving the funeral supply shop, Louis and I strolled around the street, buying a few quirky items. As we passed a coffin shop, Louis suddenly stopped. "Tanthan, the owner of this shop, has some skills. Go in and buy some talismans to ease your mind. I just had a nightmare last night. I don't need them." He gently patted my waist. "Later, when I'm not here anymore." "What if you have nightmares again?" "Be good. Go buy them." I reluctantly walked in, then turned to look at him. "Aren't you coming with me? I can't go in." "I'll wait for you here." The coffin shop owner, a woman in a kipao, holding a small fan, looked towards the door. "Your boyfriend?" I curiously touched a willow wood coffin, then suddenly stared at her. "You can see him?" "Of course," she said, stroking her non-existent hair. "I have a bit of skill myself." "Your boyfriend has very heavy resentment. Before he causes trouble, advise him to reincarnate soon. Otherwise, his soul will be scattered." I gasped for breath. How could a normal car accident generate such resentment? "Can you tell me the cause of his death?" She handed me a talisman. Of course he can. As soon as she spoke, the wooden coffins in the shop shook violently, as if there was an earthquake. All right. She waved her hand. "Your boyfriend is angry. I won't say anything more." I clutched the talisman and walked out, directly confronting him. "Why don't you want me to remember?" Louis sighed. "It's all in the past, Anta. Remembering will only bring you more sorrow. It's best this way now. Don't listen to her nonsense. My soul won't scatter. I'll be in the underworld, taking care of the cats you send, and I'll wait for you." He tenderly kissed my cheek. "Be good, don't fuss. Let's go home." I was dazed for a moment. I always felt he had said that phrase to me, countless times. "Here you go home." Anta. Did Louis and I ever have a home? Ah, it's an evil. I returned home with a heavy heart and soon turned off the lights and lay down to sleep. Only when Louis reluctantly lay down beside me and fell asleep did I slowly sit up, grab my phone, and leave the room. At 10:00 p.m., I called Song Yang and frankly told him I wanted to meet. Song Yang used to be Lu Yi's subordinate and his closest friend. As soon as he answered the phone, he agreed without asking any questions. Sister-in-law, I'm on my way. I listened for a moment. It had been a long time since anyone called me that. It felt as if after Louis's death, everything related to him gradually drifted away from me. 10 minutes later, Song Yang arrived. Sister-in-law, I was worried I wouldn't find you. He looked somewhat rounder, breathing heavily as he approached. I've tried to find you several times, but your uncle and aunt said you weren't well and refused to let me see you. As he finished speaking, a strange gust of wind picked up, swirling sand and trash from the ground directly into Song Yang's mouth. He immediately covered his mouth, coughing violently. How silly! Ghosts don't need to sleep. Tan, why do you need to know? Louis appeared beside me, gently patting my head. Are you really sure you want to know? Louis, no matter what it is about you, good or bad, I want to remember it. Besides, it's my memory. I have the right to know. He looked at me for a long time, finally relenting helplessly. All right, I'll wait for you at home. Only when his figure vanished into the night did Song Yang stop coughing. He asked hoarsely, Sister-in-law, who were you just talking to? I was just on the phone, I replied. Oh, he paused for a moment, then carefully placed a paper box in my hand. Sister-in-law, I don't mean to bother you, but that bastard Xu Feng is about to be sentenced to death. And I think you should have what Lu left for you. Xu Feng. Hearing that name, I felt a natural wave of nausea. I tried to control my discomfort and tremblingly opened the paper box. Inside were a familiar old phone and a diamond ring. My head buzzed and the world spun before my eyes. Sister-in-law, sister-in-law, don't scare me. I had a very long dream. Under the dim yellow streetlights, Louis gently tucked strands of hair behind my ear. What do you want to eat tonight? Just then, Song Yang and some friends happened to pass by, not forgetting to tease us. Oh, the smell of love. Truly, the taste of love. The cool summer breeze, vibrant youth, and my most beloved Louis. That was our third year of dating. We had just moved into our new home. At that time, everything seemed perfect. But everything began to change one weekend afternoon when I knocked on a neighbor's door during an ordinary lunch. I, wearing an apron, knocked on the neighbor's door. Who knew that knock would open a chain of tragedies? Who is it? A voice from inside the house echoed. It's me, Than, your new neighbor. On the first day we moved into the rented house, I met this neighbor. His name was Xu Feng, and he lived directly opposite us. He had a thin face, dressed neatly, and spoke with a slight local accent. Seeing me move in, he proactively offered help, leaving the impression of a kind, simple person. After a moment, There was a chaotic sound inside the house. Then the door slowly opened. He smiled kindly. "Ah, little Ha, it's you." "Yes, I'm trying to cook, but I ran out of vinegar and couldn't go down to buy it in time. So I wanted to borrow some. I don't cook often myself. Let me go look if I have any." With that, he went into the kitchen to search for vinegar. I left the door ajar and waited in the entrance. "How much do you need?" he asked. "Enough for one meal will do." Immediately after, something fell from the shoe cabinet behind me. I quickly reached out and caught it. A pitch-black phone fell right into my hand. The screen was off, but there was no lock screen password. This phone wasn't the one he usually carried with him. When I accidentally touched the screen, it lit up, revealing a chat group interface. The group name was Cat Lovers Group. It showed that I had sent a video 5 minutes ago. In the video, a black and white spotted cat, all 4 paws covered in blood, with only one eye, stared at the camera with an expression full of silent resentment and defiance. And the background of the video was a familiar room. I've starved it for 4 days. Now it's obedient. It didn't make a sound from beginning to end. How boring. I covered my mouth, my hands trembling as I opened the group chat and memorized the sender's phone number. "Little Ha, is something wrong?" From the kitchen, Shu Feng's voice rang out, accompanied by heavy footsteps. I quickly returned to the home screen and turned off the display. Nothing. My phone almost fell to the ground. I smiled, holding up my own phone. Shu Feng glanced at the phone, saw nothing unusual, and then gave his usual smile. "I only have half a bag of vinegar left. You can use that for now?" "Thank you. I'll buy a new bag to replace it tomorrow." I took it from a distance, but my gaze couldn't leave the tightly closed bedroom door. He casually said, "No need. I don't cook much anyway." I forced a smile and quickly left. From that day on, the image of the spotted cat haunted my mind. I constantly thought about how, just a wall away, a small creature was enduring inexplicable pain and torment, leaving me restless day and night. Louis knew about this. His expression was also very grim. He wanted to immediately knock on the door to rescue the cat, but I stopped him. Sadly, Shu Feng hadn't committed any crime. But even after thinking it over and over, we couldn't ignore it. So I used an old, unused anonymous social media account to join that so-called cat lovers group. I quickly publicized the disturbing information on social media. Because Shu Feng had some online notoriety, coupled with his arrogance and cruel methods, it didn't take much effort for this matter to cause a huge wave of public outrage. Louis officially arrested Shu Feng, and taking this opportunity, I rescued the spotted cat. The tightly locked door was a boundary separating the human world from hell. In the narrow, dark room, the corpses of cats, both domestic and stray, lay scattered, victims of horrific deaths. Even in the blender, there was the remains of a kitten. The spotted cat was the only living creature, lying quietly in a pool of blood. Only one eye silently defiant. I looked at it, unable to suppress the pain as I touched its emaciated body. "Don't be afraid," I gently said. "I'm here to love you, I took it to a veterinary hospital. In reality, it had no strength left to resist. The vet looked at it for a moment and said, "I recommend euthanasia. The treatment costs are very high, and even if it survives, it might not live long." I disagreed. Louis hugged me, gently calling my name. "Than, I know you want to advise me, but I can't bear it. Every life deserves respect and cherish. This is a stray cat. It has had a difficult life, surviving day to day on human scraps, enduring being chased and beaten. Even though its life has been humble and cautious, it still had to endure human cruelty and darkness. I just hope it can feel human love before it leaves. I wanted to know that, at least for a short time, someone loved it." Louis was silent for a moment, then said, "All right." After that, we took it to various veterinary hospitals. Fortunately, it was saved, no longer suffering from illness or pain. Its 2 front legs could even move again. By this time, Shufeng's detention period had ended, but he didn't dare to return. His home address had been leaked, making him a target of public attacks. Everyone knew about his criminal acts and true nature. Although I hadn't revealed my real name, and not many people knew I was behind this public exposure, for safety, I decided to move. We predicted Xu Feng wouldn't dare to return home anytime soon. So we arranged to move 3 days later. Coincidentally, my birthday was in 2 days. I was waiting to finish work at the company to celebrate my birthday with Louis. Louis had arrived at the residential area early. This was the first time he had left work early to prepare a birthday surprise for me. The building hallway was full of wreaths sent to Xu Feng, and the walls were painted red with criticisms. The neighbors had already started moving out. The building was almost empty, and no one thought Xu Feng would dare to appear here. But he did. He suddenly emerged from the corner of the hallway, holding an axe, and delivered a fatal blow to Louis. Louis reacted very quickly, but was still injured. After a struggle, he was exhausted and passed out. When he woke up again, he was in a dark room. His consciousness was clear, but his limbs were powerless. Xu Feng, gaunt and with dark circles under his eyes, laughed. "Too bad I didn't get to wait for the pretty little girl. Only for you. At the police station, you were so imposing, Officer Liu." He swung the knife mercilessly, blood splattering on his face, making his smile even more terrible. Louis's face was pale, his lips torn from biting, his body trembling from pain. He passed out and woke up repeatedly from the agony. They say cats' meows sound like babies crying, but I have no affinity for children. So I'll have to trouble Officer Liu. I don't like my prey too quiet. Xu Feng acted even more cruelly. "Scream louder!" Meanwhile, Song Yang and I were going upstairs. Louis had instructed Song Yang to take me home to prepare for my birthday surprise. Song Yang, as planned, blindfolded me. "Sister-in-law, are you ready?" "I can't wait," I urged. "Hurry up and open the door." The jingle of keys against each other. The door opened, and silence enveloped us. Song Yang, who had been full of excitement, suddenly became suspicious. "Where's Brother Liu? What's wrong?" I couldn't help but remove the blindfold and saw the room was still as it was. It seemed Brother Lu wasn't here. Song Yang ran through all the rooms, searching. Look, the decorations he prepared are still here. Oh, wait a moment. I'll call and ask if he had an urgent matter. Anxiously, I started calling him. No one answered the phone. Anyone, please on. Another, isn't it, sir? Someone. No one answered the phone. Strange. I feel like I hear something. I went outside. My unease growing. After 2 seconds of silence, I desperately hammered on the door of the opposite apartment. Sister-in-law, what's wrong? Song Yang ran out and asked. Blood, I gasped, continuously banging on the locked door. There's blood on the floor. When I pounded on the door, he flinched, then quickly regained his composure and joined me in pushing the door. The door burst open with a bang, and we rushed in. Inside the room, a pool of red blood covered everything, dyeing the entire room crimson. Lu Yi lay on the floor, his body dismembered beyond recognition. His fingers had been chopped off, with only 2 fingers remaining on his left hand. As I held Lu Yi's body, the world around me felt like it was spinning. I was so shocked, I couldn't breathe. The next day, I woke up in the hospital and learned that Song Yang had driven down to the building as soon as he heard the commotion. Xu Feng, in a brief moment of panic, had jumped out the window and was subsequently arrested by the police. Lu Yi had not sustained a fatal wound. His death was due to excessive blood loss. Before his condition became critical, he had moments of consciousness. In a note on his phone, he left me a few sentences. Luckily, you didn't come home early today. Tian Than, listen to me. Don't watch the video. Live well, my love. That video was filmed by Xu Feng. He had a habit of filming when he tortured cats. So, the room was full of cameras. Even though Lu Yi told me not to watch the video, I didn't listen. I watched the entire video, witnessing every moment of Lu Yi's excruciating pain, every drop of blood falling from his body, and the despair that gradually engulfed him. I also clearly saw Lu Yi trying to type the last few words on his phone with his injured hand while his body was awash in blood. He had collapsed, no longer having the strength to finish his final words. Even in the last moments of his life, he still felt lucky that I wasn't the one enduring what he had gone through. The shock was too great, causing me to pass out. With repeated emotional shocks, I lost my memory and chose to forget many things, including Xiu Feng, our home, and the image of Lu Yi's death. Song Yang brought me home. My head felt like it was about to explode, my palms cold. Back home, I sat on the sofa, trying to keep my mind from wandering. I tried to calm myself, taking out the items Lu Yi had left for me, holding them in my hands. I felt I needed time to accept and process everything, especially the painful memories I had forgotten. Lu Yi was gone, and everything had to change so I could move on. Now, I just wanted to find some peace in our home, even if the past continued to haunt me. In the darkness of the room, the silence and warmth of Lu Yi's embrace were the only things I could feel. The painful memories were gradually filled with his love and comfort. As we tried to hold on to every moment, the unexpected ringing of the phone brought a sense of relief to the atmosphere between us. brought a sense of relief to the atmosphere. My sister's invitation to a concert surprised me, but it was also an opportunity to escape the current pain and find some peace in work and music. Louis had touched the deepest parts of my soul with his boundless love, and his devotion had helped me find the motivation to continue. Even though sad memories still lingered, I knew I could keep living and loving, because that's what Louis would have wanted. There was still so much to do and to live for, and I would continue this life with faith in good things and the love he had left for me. In the dressing room, the atmosphere was both tense and warm. Louis sat beside me, his presence my greatest encouragement. When I asked about my appearance, he always responded with pride and love, making me feel beautiful and confident. Black Wu-Chang's unexpected appearance with a hug and teasing remarks lightened the mood a bit, but his endearing humor also brought a glimmer of light to the situation. Although I was a little nervous, Louis was always there to encourage and comfort me. When it was time to go on stage, tears glistened in my eyes. Louis kissed me with loving kisses, telling me to live well and promising to wait for me. It was a sincere and powerful promise, and I felt the deep love in his every word. Black Wu-Chang continued to joke and say unexpected things, but that was also his way of showing support. As I walked onto the stage, I knew that no matter how many difficulties and challenges, I would always have Louis and my loved ones supporting me. The breath of the stage, the lights, and the sound of the audience created an exciting atmosphere. I sang, my heart full of love and strength. With Louis always in my mind, waiting and loving me from afar. On stage, amidst the applause and the sparkling lights of thousands of lamps, I felt Louis's presence, even if he was just a shadow. The song Clear Skies slowly unfolded, each lyric carrying profound memories and emotion. As I sang about our memories and love, every word was like a piece of an unforgettable story. The dimness of the late night blended with the sound of falling rain, creating an emotional space. Despite the dazzling stage lights and thousands of cheering people, I could only focus on the image of Louis, who had once been everything to me. As I sang to the end, where Louis smiled and gradually disappeared, my heart felt torn apart. The lyrics were heavy with pain and loss, and I couldn't hold back my emotions. The microphone slipped from my hand, its sound echoing in the quiet space of the stage. It felt as if the entire world around me had vanished, leaving only the pain and memories of Lu Yi Dai. Under the sparkling lights, I still felt the warmth of the memories and love we had shared. But now, those memories became a part of the past, a part of old days that could never return. In the empty room, the pain of losing both Louis and Hoa Hoa still weighed heavily on me. My eyes were red, and my heart was filled with indescribable emotions. Although Black Wu-Chang had explained the circumstances of Louis and Hoa Hoa, the truth couldn't soothe my pain. Black Wu-Chang's words made me understand that Louis and Hoa Hoa still existed in some way, and that I had a chance to reunite with them in the future. But in the present, the loss and loneliness were still very real. I felt as if I was living between two worlds. One, the real world where I still had to live, and the other, the world of those I loved who had passed on, but were still present somewhere. After Black Wuchang left, I felt I had an important mission: to live my life and fulfill the things Lu Yi and Hua Hua Ha had wished for me. I called Song Yang, hoping I could meet Shu Feng before his sentence was carried out for a final farewell, even if it couldn't alleviate my pain. While waiting, I sat quietly in the desolate room, trying to regulate my emotions and prepare for what was to come. Although the future was unclear and challenging, I knew I had to continue for Lu Yi, Hua Hua, and for myself. At the interrogation room, I saw Shu Feng's face again, and my emotions and indignation intensified. Shu Feng, with his gaunt face and tear-filled eyes, pleaded with me for a second chance. But the truth was, his remorse couldn't hide his brutal nature. When he spoke about not wanting to die and asking for a chance to start over, I couldn't help but feel the falsehood in his every word. The regret he experienced wasn't for the cruel acts he had committed, but for the consequences he had to face. My question, did he truly regret it, clarified the truth about his real nature. When Shu Feng tried to hide the fact that he actually enjoyed the pain and suffering of others, and when he mocked me, I realized his cruelty had no limits. He was not just a murderer, but a conscienceless individual. My final words to him about respecting justice and his retribution served as a reminder of the true nature of fairness. In the end, Shu Feng's arrogance and disdain were just part of his game. He would not witness peace or redemption, only suffering and punishment for his own actions. My words were not to alleviate my pain, but to affirm that justice would be served, and he would pay the price for what he had done. That day, when Shu Feng died, the weather was beautiful. I went to Lu Yi's grave with my parents and Song Yang's group. It's an ending. A song yourself, a sax. Lu Yi, we weren't able to prevent that villain from living for so long, but we finally got revenge for you. My dad turned back. Hua Hua? I looked in the direction he pointed, seeing a fluffy tail flash by. Don't be so jumpy in places like this, my mom chided. My dad scratched his head. I think I just saw Hua Hua. My mom didn't say anything more, just gently looked at me and advised. If Lu Yi were still alive, he would definitely want you to take care of yourself and live well. I smiled at my mom. Yes, Mom. I know. I've never been an obedient girlfriend. But this time, I'll follow his words and live well. Lu Yi, we'll meet again. Wait for me. Underworld anecdote. A man in a black robe sat dejectedly, staring at a pile of red mushy flesh in front of him. The pile of flesh was contracting. A small black and white cat walked through the air, its entire body radiating white light. Immediately after, a man in white appeared. Black Wuchang looked over lazily. Finally, you're back. Yes, thank you for your hard work. White Wuchang gently waved his hand, and the pile of flesh on the ground began to tightly coil together, quickly forming a human figure. White Wuchang smiled. Long time no see. Lu Feng lay dying on the ground, struggling with all his might to grasp the white-robed man's robe, vaguely pleading. Ha! Spare me! White Wuchang still smiled gently. Black Wuchang disgustedly kicked Shu Feng's hand away. Let's go. He's disgusting to look at. Shu Feng suddenly vomited a mouthful of blood, and fresh red wounds constantly appeared on his recently recovered body. His fingers detached regularly, and his eyes gradually became blurry with blood and flesh. 10 minutes later, he became a pile of mushy flesh again. This loop continued. Black Wuchang disappeared into the darkness. White Wuchang paused for a moment, then squatted down in front of Shu Feng. Shu Feng's voice was hoarse, as if he were swallowing thousands of knife shards. Kill me, please. White Wuchang tilted his head. Do you believe in retribution now? Epilogue. I yawned a hospital emergency room bed, gently closing my eyes. Around me, blurred in a white mist, I saw only a wooden bridge before me. Oh, it's you. A woman in a kipao gently fanned herself and put away her bowl. Come, they're waiting for you. I, with my aged body, stepped onto the Naya bridge. Everything before my eyes gradually became clear. On both sides of the bridge, brilliant red spider lilies bloomed, as if dyeing the air a vibrant red. On the other side of the bridge stood 3 tall, slender figures, one in black, one in white, standing on either side. In the middle was Lu Yi. He hadn't changed at all, his eyes looking at me full of starlight. Lu Yi. I rushed towards the other side with all my strength, each step lighter, my wrinkles gradually disappearing, my grey hair turning black. As I rushed into his arms, everything returned to the beginning. My love and longing had finally found their way home. The story ends. Now that Paul down, pass, come đi xa gì, đau nôn, thành, thực thể.